Do you know the difference between the person you want to be and the person you are right now? It's not talent, luck, or even resources. It's discipline. But here's the truth. Discipline isn't some grand, unreachable trait reserved for a select few. It's built through the small, often unnoticeable choices you make every single day. And the best place to start? Your mornings. I want to share something personal, a story from my own life. 2 years ago, I found myself stuck in a cycle that seemed impossible to break. Every morning, without fail, I'd hit snooze, not once, but multiple times. I'd drag myself out of bed and, like a reflex, reach for my phone. Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, endless scrolling. I'd watch videos of successful people, admire their lives, and dream of financial freedom. But did I do anything about it? Number. Instead, I'd waste hours playing video games, binge-watching shows, and telling myself, I'll start tomorrow. But guess what? That tomorrow never came. The days felt empty. It was like I was sleepwalking through life, frustrated, lost, trapped in my own mind. I was stuck in the same cycle. And what I didn't realize back then was that my problem wasn't motivation. It was discipline. Discipline is something you can build. It doesn't happen all at once, but one step at a time. And it all starts with your mornings. Here's the thing about mornings, they set the tone for the entire day. Back then, I didn't wake up. I just dragged myself into another day of procrastination and regret. But I realized something crucial. If I wanted to change my life, I had to start with how I began each day. I knew I couldn't jump straight into one of those extreme routines you see online. Waking up at 4 a.m., running 10 miles, meditating for an hour. I wanted something more realistic, something I could actually stick with. So, I created a routine, a simple one, and it changed everything. The first change I made was in how I saw mornings. I stopped thinking of them as something I had to survive through, and instead, I saw them as an opportunity. I began going to bed by 10 p.m. Instead of staying up late, I gave myself the rest I needed to wake up with energy. That one shift gave me the strength to face the day. When my alarm went off at 6 a.m., I didn't hit snooze. I forced myself out of bed. I made coffee, used the bathroom, and then I sat down on the floor of my room. At first, it felt odd. I started meditating, just 5 minutes. 5 minutes seemed small, but it was hard. My mind was racing with distractions, and I couldn't sit still, but I stuck with it. Day after day, just me, sitting in silence, trying to breathe. After a week, I began to notice a difference. My mornings felt calmer, my thoughts weren't as chaotic. I felt like I had more control. Next, I picked up a notebook and began gratitude journaling. At first, I felt awkward doing it. Writing down things I was grateful for, it seemed cheesy, but I wrote anyway. I'm grateful for my health because it allows me to work on myself. I'm grateful for my computer because it lets me learn and grow. Simple things, but the more I wrote, the more I realized how much I had to be thankful for. Gratitude shifted my perspective. It gave me a sense of peace, something I didn't know I needed. Lastly, I moved my body. Nothing extreme, just 30 push-ups and 30 sit-ups. It wasn't about building muscle or impressing anyone. It was about showing up for myself. At first, even 30 push-ups felt hard, but I kept going. The habit grew, and so did my confidence. These 3 steps, meditation, journaling, and light exercise, became my foundation. They weren't flashy or complicated, but they were consistent. And consistency is what builds discipline. Day by day, my mornings started to transform. And as my mornings changed, so did my entire day. I felt more clarity, more focus, more energy. I was finally taking action toward my goals. Looking back, I realized the biggest lie I ever believed. That change had to be dramatic. It doesn't. Change doesn't always happen in big, obvious ways. It happens in the smallest moments, the moments you get out of bed instead of hitting snooze, the moments you write down one thing you're grateful for, the moments you push through the last set of push-ups when you want to quit. These moments add up. They create momentum, and that momentum leads to a better life. So, what about you? What's your morning like? Are you waking up with intention, or are you starting your day with defeat? Here's the truth. You don't need a perfect routine to change your life. You just need a small, consistent one. Start tomorrow, wake up on time, meditate for 5 minutes, write down one thing you're grateful for, do one push-up if that's all you can manage. The important thing is that you start, because discipline isn't built in a day. It's built in those quiet, unremarkable moments when no one's watching. And over time, those moments will take you from where you are to where you want to be. The only question is, will you show up for yourself?